Sit down with him. Before you do that, you need to think about what you could have done. Because sitting down and just saying, I'm sorry, I don't know what I've done, isn't going to help. You need to sit down with him and just talk to him and ask how he feels. And then you can apologize for what you think you could have done. And you can also ask him what you've done if you really don't know. That's what you got to do.
Wow. What up, everybody? I have to share this with you. What was the question? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I gotta stop and get some cheap chicken for the dog because he's got diarrhea. Just because we're virtual doesn't mean it can't be amazing. Whoa!
Welcome back to What the Mel with your host, Oakley Robbins.
The people have spoken.
Okay.
They have asked that you join me in more videos.
Okay. They just love me more than you.
They do. And I don't blame them. So in this episode of What the Mel, we have 4 questions. And if you have questions for me and Oakley, you can email them to whatthemel@melrobbins.com.
Okay.
What?
I don't know where this title came from.
You don't like it? You like it?
No, it's
you
good.
You approve?
It's good. There you go. That was going to be me, but it's like, whatever.
What?
Remember when you told me it was going to be like the Oakley something?
Well, do you want to turn this into a different show?
Mm-mm.
I would love to.
This is your show.
I would love to do a weekly show.
No, this is your show.
Why don't we let everybody decide?
This is your show.
Why don't we let everybody decide? We're going to let everybody decide.
Who should be the host of the show? That's what the decision is supposed to be. Me or her? Easy pick. Okay. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Hi, Mel and Oakley. I just want to ask your advice. I'm 17. This has been going on since I was 12. When I'm with cooler or popular guys, I feel inferior and worthless, which affects me. And weirdly, I try so hard to impress them and be like them, like a chameleon. I try to avoid them, but then I feel left out. Whatever I do, I feel sad or useless. What can I do in order to overcome this?
Like the simple answer is just don't be friends with them in the first place. I mean, you don't have to be friends with the popular people, you know? You should be friends with who you actually like being with. And if you aren't like able to fit in with them, I guess you are because you're like acting like a chameleon is blending in with them. But if you aren't like actually yourself around the popular kids, then those aren't your real friends. So what you should do is you should probably just try and sit with some new people, try and meet some new people, because the popular kids aren't always it, you know? It's kind of weird.
I think most popular pigs.
It's weird when you think about it because nobody really likes the popular kids in the first place. So like, why are they popular?
I don't know. What's your theory on that?
I don't know. They just know a bunch of people, or they're attractive.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think that's what I think.
Do you think the popular kids are the quote attractive ones?
Probably, yeah.
Well, you just started a new school, so I think a lot of people also want to know if he's always been sort of drawn toward the popular kids because he wants them to like him because that will make him feel like he's important, right?
Yeah.
How do you find friends? Because I think a lot of people don't even know if...
It's just like a quick like branch off, like if someone in your class and they say something and you can relate to it, you can walk up to them and oh, you like Elmo, I don't know. You like this and I like that. Like we have something in common, and then you can branch off conversation on that. Or you could try and sit with somebody new at lunch. Like if you know someone but don't really know them, you could sit with their friend group at the lunch table and listen to what they're talking about.
What about clubs or sports or that kind of thing?
Always join a club and a sport. Always join a sport or a club or whatever, because that'll get you integrated fast, because there's always going to be older kids who want to help you meet people, and it'll be people with similar interests.
I think that's excellent advice. Tomorrow, sit with new people.
Tomorrow, you don't have to give them strict advice, you know.
I just feel like, he's like a little. It's Alan. Alan, you got this, dude. Come on.
It takes time.
Okay.
It's not easy. That's this is one of those things where it's not like you can just do it. You gotta branch out and go out of your comfort zone, and it will take months, maybe.
Months?
Yeah, it could take months.
Oh,
well,
that breaks my heart.
Okay, it could take months because they might not feel comfortable branching out like that. They might not
Well, you got to push through that.
You got to push through that, and so that takes time. So it's slow, you know. And when you get a friend, it's not like you guys are best friends from day one. It's you slowly build up that friendship.
So give yourself a 2-month timeline.
Yeah.
Start sitting with different people during lunch, and really work on allowing yourself just to be who you are.
Yeah.
Okay?
Nice.
You got it. Okay, let's go to Amber.
Cut the video.
Why?
Cut back because we're in like a new segment. Never mind.
Okay, should I turn it off?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you can help us make it cool.
Just go.
So what do I need to do?
Nothing. You're good.
Okay.
All right. Who's next?
Amber. I'm really struggling with my 16-year-old son. He has such anger and just wants us off his back. His lack of motivation to take accountability and not get homework done is making me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He is totally rebelling and not sure how else to get him to get through to him that school and work ethic do matter. I've tried everything from backing off to trying to make him accountable, but nothing but anger from him help.
That like really depends on your home life, in my opinion, and like how
Say more about that.
How he's grown up. Also, it can be how he's seen his father, maybe.
Ooh.
Or his mom. You know, you take after your parents very much, but I think it could be no. Okay, well.
Go ahead and say it. Just say it.
It's because it's like no kid is born with anger towards his parents.
Yes.
And so he gains the anger throughout his life. So it's not his friends who are making him angry at you guys. It's you guys. It's the parents who are making their kid angry by doing whatever you're doing. And so, yeah, he might not like homework, and yeah, he might not want to do it if he's like angry at you, but that's probably not why he's mad at you. There's always a deeper meaning that you have probably overlooked for a while. Maybe you're like, maybe he has a sibling and you're treating his sibling better than him. You're always like buying his sibling stuff and you're letting his sibling stay up later and stuff like that. Letting him go see his friends while you're keeping him home and not letting him do things and not like getting him things. Or you noticeably care more about the other sibling, which is going to make him mad at you. So, what you need to do, I just have the answer right here. What you need to do is you need to sit down with him and you just need to, before you do that, you need to think about what you could have done. Because sitting down and just saying, I'm sorry, I don't know what I've done, isn't going to help. You need to think about what you've done. Then you need to sit down with him and just talk to him and ask how he feels. And then you can apologize for what you think you could have done. And you can also ask him what you've done if you really don't know. That's what you got to do.
Wow. Go ahead.
Another thing that the parents need to realize, though, is that it's partially not their fault in a way because they're also parenting how they saw their parents parent them. So they might be unconsciously or like unknowingly parenting the same way. When you grow up and your mom is always yelling at you and you think, I'm never going to yell at my kids, you're probably going to yell at your kids because that's what you know. That's who you saw and that's what you think parenting is because that's all you know.
That's true. But your parents are just repeating what was done to them, right or wrong. And until somebody breaks the cycle and patterns that have repeated for generations, they're just going to repeat. And so the good news is you probably have a shot here if you can start having honest conversations with your kids and particularly your son who's angry. You might have a shot to be the generation that breaks this pattern. That'd be really cool. I want to show you one more thing. We used to talk about this on the talk show all the time. This is called an anger iceberg. And you can see that on an iceberg, there's the tip that you see, but an iceberg goes so much deeper beneath the surface. And anger gets expressed. But what your child is actually feeling are feelings that are much deeper. Sadness, frustration, loneliness, invisibility, worthlessness. And that's why you need to sit down and talk about it. Excellent job, Oak.
Woo!
Okay.
Second one down. Are these real people, by the way?
Yes, these are real people.
Like they're going to be watching this video.
I hope so. They asked the questions. Where are you going?
I'm just hungry.
Okay, well, come back here because we've got a question.
Okay.
Katya asks, Mel, you've mentioned in a past video that you let your kids call you out on your behavior. I would love to hear more about that. Do I do that?
Yes, you do.
And what's that like? Typically on my tone. Like the kids will be like, watch your tone. Anger spreads. Stop taking out your work stuff on me. Get off your phone, Mom. What else do you guys call me out on? Okay, well, so how do I respond? Does it work?
Eventually, it works.
What happens? What should you expect if you allow
For you, because everybody's different, when we call you out, there's a brief moment of realization for you. Then you go into annoyance and like anger.
Can you imitate me?
It's fine. Like I didn't even want to do that. It's fine. Like you're fine. I'm not mad. I'm fine. Okay? No, we're fine. In the beginning, when you first tell her that what she was doing was wrong, she's annoyed at it. But once you leave her alone, she comes to her senses. She thinks about it. She realizes that she shouldn't have said those things. And she like thanks you for saying it. And she also apologizes for getting like snobby.
Am I getting better?
Hmm?
Is there less and less of that bad behavior that you used to call me out on?
Yeah. It's also good. I didn't touch on this, but sometimes I've noticed when a kid like calls out their parent on something, the parent will just like retort to like, I'm older, I know more, stuff like that. And so when you don't, and so when she doesn't really like say like, oh, I'm older, I know more than you, it means that she's actually listening to you and she cares what you think.
It's true, I do care what you think.
So 6 hours later, when she comes to apologize, you know that she actually thought about it and she isn't going to do it again. And she usually doesn't. So,
you're helping me be a better person. I can't
Mom.
change my own behavior if I'm unconscious to it, you know? That's why I always ask for you guys to call me out on it. All right, here's another one. Fabiola, I think. I apologize. What do you do when you don't agree with your kids' decisions? I feel terrible when I impose things to my kids, but I'm always confused on where and when to let them decide on things. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
I have a feeling I'm going to get kicked off this show.
No, you're fine. It definitely depends on what the kid wants to do, you know? Like, if the kid wants to go, like, smoke weed and drink alcohol, yeah, you should probably say something. Or like, they want to change something major about their looks, you might want to, like, talk to them about why they want to do that. But, like, small decisions, I don't think you should, like, worry about them, you know? I mean, it really depends on the decisions, you know? Like, the question, like... Personally, I think I'm not going to say I can't answer it, but it's like, it's kind of hard to wonder what decisions they're making because it could be any decision. Like, do they want to go hang out with their friends and you don't want to let them? Or like, are they trying to stay up late and you don't like that? Or is it like, are they trying to smoke weed in the basement? Like, yeah, it can be a lot of things.
Okay, so here's how I kind of think about this. If it's destructive or dangerous,
yeah,
then you make the decision.
Yeah, definitely.
But... otherwise, I think that your job as a parent is to help your kids become who they're meant to be. And the number one skill is self-awareness. And the only way your kids are going to learn how to make decisions is to teach them how to do it. And that always means that you're allowing them to make most decisions for them. And I'm talking teenagers here.
And it also like when they face also for like some bad decisions, you might like, if it's not too bad, this might sound strange, but if it's not too bad, then you might let them make it because...
YOLO. Stop.
YOLO. The thing is that if a decision is like not too bad, but it can be a little bad, you might want to let them make it because you learn from your actions. And so if they come out of that being like, that sucked, like, why did I do that? They're never going to do it again. And if you stop them from doing it, they might want to do it.
So here's what Chris is fantastic at. My husband, Chris, is fantastic at this. Instead of telling the kids what to do, he talks through the various options and the consequences of said options. Because I think that's the art of decision making. Well, this is what has changed the way that I parent. And you're going to hear me say this all the time. I always ask my kids, do you want advice or do you want me to listen? And if there's something that Oakley wants to do that absolutely is not the smartest thing to do, like let's say that he's got a ski race on a Sunday morning and a bunch of his friends are having a sleepover. What I'd say to him is, well, you can make the decision, but I want you to think about what's going to support you. You could go there tonight and I could pick you up at 11 and you could sleep in your bed. And that way, when you wake up in the morning, you have to go to ski practice and have a big breakfast and get all your stuff together and schlep your stuff to the mountain, you're home. Or you could go there, stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning doing God knows what, wake up in a puddle in the basement with a backache and have I don't know what for breakfast, get your stuff together, and then have to like be late to like which one actually sounds like the right thing for you? Mm-hmm. What would you choose?
Stay at home.
Yeah, see?
It's like you also have next weekend to hang out with your friends.
But you're coaching them on how to think through decisions rather than making the decision for them.
It also doesn't help them because in the future, when they need to actually make big decisions, you spent your whole life making the decisions for them, and they don't know what to do. And so then they'll be coming to you to make the decisions for them when you need to let them know that they're an adult now.
Yeah, my theory about why so many kids have anxiety these days is because parents micromanage every aspect of their life. And if you cannot teach your kids how to face uncertainty or how to make a decision and know that even the decisions that you screw up, almost all of them are recoverable in some way. If you can't teach your kids that, you're going to cause anxiety in them. And so decision making and knowing how to make decisions and learning from your mistakes is one of the core skills about being a resilient, confident, self-aware adult. Got it?
Yeah.
Good. All right. What do you want to say to everybody?
Who do you want to host the show next? Me or her? It's an option that you can pick.
What?
The name will change by who's hosting it to, what was the one?
What do you want to call it?
What did you call it? What'd you call it in the beginning?
Dude, I already have a show called What the Mel.
So
I think you should have your own show.
What the Mel.
I think that
if you want to see who wants to host it in the future, it'll be called What the Oak. If it's me, vote me because.
What if we just spin off your own show?
I'm good. I'd like to take your show. You can make a side show off.
No, what we're going to do is I'm going to keep my advice show and we're going to put out an episode. What if we put out an episode every week of you just answering a question?
But if they choose me as the host, then that means it becomes my show.
Correct. If enough of you vote that Oakley needs his own show, or just once a week, would you answer 1 or 2 questions about what teams are facing?
Sure. But you need to vote for that. That's not going to come if you don't want it.
How are we going to vote?
Doing something that you don't want.
How are we going to vote? Oh, an IG story poll.
Yeah.
We'll do an IG story poll.
But in the comments, tag me or tag my mom if you want her to vote. Great. And
you can email your questions, what the Mel for right now, at melrobbins.com. And if enough of you vote, we will spin off a teen advice show hosted by Oakley Robbins, guest appearances by Mel Robbins and YOLO. And we'll drop it on YouTube and Twitch.
Not Twitch.
Not Twitch, okay. I don't know. TikTok.
Okay. Well, vote me, obvious answer. On Instagram polls, vote me.
All right, well, I love you. Thank you for being here. In case nobody else tells you, I love you. I believe in you. And I still love you, even though I know you're all going to vote for Oakley. Hey, it's Mel. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed that video, by God, please subscribe because I don't want you to miss a thing. Thank you so much for being here. We've got so much amazing stuff coming. Thank you so much for sending this stuff to your friends and your family. I love you. We create these videos for you, so make sure you subscribe. Mwah.